So adding a file to match this file name, I can click on Add a File here. My forms are in DocuSign, so I can actually use DocuSign as my source of documents. And now I'm looking for the KW Buyer Standard Disclosure, which is down here. You can see there's two of them, but one says signed at the end. So I'm going to select the signed one and click on Assign because I'm assigning this form to this form name. So these are all of the forms I've had. This one was the only one I had for this consultation folder. You can see this one was required and this one is optional. I did not use a buyer brokerage agreement. So now I can actually submit this consultation folder to the Market Center for review. You can go ahead and click that. Now in the under contract folder, I need to add in my contract and my HOA disclosure. We were using an as-is contract, so I'm going to add my file here. If you are using the residential contract for sale and purchase 5X, you can use this placeholder. For the as-is, I'm using this one to add a file. Again, this form is in DocuSign. And my contract is here, and this one is signed. And I'm going to assign this one. The last one I have is this HOA, community disclosure. Conditionally required, it must be used if there is an HOA. It is supplied by the seller. Remember, this is the one we got from the MLS. I'm going to add a file here from DocuSign. And it is this very top one, and I'm going to assign it. These are all the forms that I had for this property. You can see that my seller property disclosure is required, earnest money deposit receipt is required, MLS broker synopsis is required. I am going to go ahead and get the MLS broker synopsis, but we are going to pretend that I have these other two forms. In the MLS, I still have this property pulled up. To get my MLS broker synopsis, I'm going to scroll to the bottom and click on Print. Once I click on Print, I'm going to choose Broker Synopsis and Print to PDF. I'm now going to download this form to my computer. I'm just going to save it to the desktop for today. And I'm going to click Save. In Command, I now need to upload my MLS broker synopsis by clicking on Add a File, and this one is not in DocuSign. So I can actually drag and drop or browse my files here. If I click here, I can actually find it on my desktop, but since it downloaded to the bottom of my screen, I can actually just drag and drop it into this box here, and now I'm going to assign this form. Once I've uploaded all of the required documents, I can submit this button or submit this folder to the Market Center for review.